Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's me again, Jen. Hello! And it is Tuesday, August 25th, and the cards have kind of been jumping around already, so I am going to get right to it and say, let's pick our card from the Journey into the Hidden Realms Tarot, which is a Barbara Moore and Juliet Jeffrey deck, and it was gifted to me for the month, just for the month, by my friend Topaz, and I'm kind of excited to be to have so many great cards from this, but also a little sad that I have to give it back in a few days. But I hope that she reads a lot of cool stuff with it, and I'm actually going to bug her for a reading probably when I give it back to her, because I don't get a reading from myself very often. So let's see what we've got for our card today on this lovely and very hot Tuesday. All right. Oh, what a pretty one. Okay, I've said that pretty much about every one of these cards. They are pretty. I will give these cards that much. They are pretty. This is the Nine of Pentacles. So Pentacles are, of course, dealing with the material realm of things, finances, wealth, abundance in the sense of the tangible. As well, they can be fertility cards. And the Nine of Pentacles is one of those cards that sometimes is like the pregnancy card. So if you look at the cards and you're looking for, oh, well, what does that one mean if you just gave it like a one-word answer? That's what this card can mean. But of course, it all is about what is around the card. So nines are also kind of that coming to fruition or something. So it's that completion, but you haven't quite picked the fruit yet sort of thing. And if you look, I would say that that's an excellent way to put this card, because you can see there is a lot of like fruits on the trees in her little garden. And typically the Nine of Pentacles has a solitary female figure standing in a garden, and there usually is a bird like either kind of on her shoulder or on her hand or somehow at her beck and call. In this case, it is a robin, which robins are the symbol of spring. So I would say that that fits really well for the abundance side of this card, and the nurturing things to fruition sort of side to this card is the robin is spring and all that that means. But usually the bird that's on her finger is a falcon. And that's kind of important because typically the falcon represents the work that is required to achieve things. Because I don't know how many of you out there know anything about birds or birds of prey or anything like that, other than, you know, in the media and films and things of that nature. But birds like falcons are actually really difficult to train. You can't just like beat them into submission. You can't just have them like, oh, it's going to go hunt for me and it's going to go do this thing for me. That's not the way it goes. They are a really difficult creature to train, and you're really not training them to your whim. You are making them a partner. And that's one of the themes, I think, of the Nine of Pentacles that sometimes is missed, which is why the bird is usually just a bird. And when you look at it and you're like, oh, well, it's a bird, but it really should be a falcon. It really should be a bird of prey. Because while the rest of this is such a serene picture, where she's just kind of in her garden, in among these fruits, in among the leaves, and she looks very relaxed and serene, it took a lot of work to get there. And that's what this card kind of represents. More than the fruit itself is the work it takes to achieve your goals. So if you're the type of person who walks into a situation and says, well, this is it, I'm going to get everything I want, I'm not going to have to work for anything, and everything's going to work out just fine, it's all good, and I can just sit back and everything's going to be fine. That's not really what this card is telling you. What this card is telling you is everything will be fine and everything will work out great when you put the work in. When you're willing to roll your sleeves up, get that shovel, and put the work into it, then you'll get this. this beautiful garden that's behind her didn't come from just throwing a bunch of seeds on the ground and hoping for the best. There was cultivation involved, and there was work involved, and there's watering it and checking on it and pruning it and making sure there are no bugs and all of these things that are valuable to getting that achievement that you want. So that underlying message in this card is not so much, oh, sit back and enjoy your garden. It's sit back and look at the achievements you have successfully brought to fruition. Look at the things that you put work into. Look at the things that you learned and the skills that you adapted to make this thing so real and tangible and bring you the life that you wanted. The other thing I've noticed on this card as we've been talking about it is there are indeed pentacles on this card, which I will say the symbol of the suit they've been a little scant in some of these cards. It's been hard to find like, oh, well, this has a cup in it and this has a sword in it and this has pentacles in it. Look at that. So there on her dress, I'm not sure how clear that's coming in on the camera, but I do usually take a picture and use it as like the thumbprint for the video. So hopefully it'll come out in that. But there are pentacles on her dress kind of woven in, and I'm going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9. Oh my gosh. Okay. This card gets some credit just for having the symbol and the correct number of the symbol on it. Oh my goodness. It's been a hard run, guys. It's been hard to find the symbol of the cards on the cards itself. But, so, I will give it some points for having the pentacles and the right number of pentacles, but I'm kind of taking away some points on not having the falcon and just having any old bird on there. Okay, not any old bird. I'll give it a half a point because it is a robin. And robins do represent spring and fruition and all of those kinds of things. So I'll give it that. I will give it that. But it's only half a point. It's not even a full point. Because it really needs the falcon. And this is not because I'm all into training falcons. Because I have never actually trained a falcon. And I've only seen falcon trainers like a handful of times in my life. But it really is about the work you put into things rather than just enjoying your garden. Really focus on how much work you put in. So if you haven't been doing a lot of work on stuff, now is the time to refocus and put the work into things. A new month is coming around the bend. Maybe make some plans this week and then activate your plans starting on the 1st. I am guilty of that, of going, oh, well, it's the end of the month. I'm going to let things kind of dither out and I'll start again in the new month. But if you spend some time planning during this week, you can kind of slack off, wink, wink, just a little bit and start fresh and activate those achievements and those goals and things like that starting in the next month. Or look back on this month and say, hey, I did a lot of cool stuff this month. So that is my assessment and kind of reading about the 9 of Pentacles in the Hidden Realms. And I really have enjoyed this deck, even though I've been kind of hard on it just because it is like a kind of a art deck more than it is a beginning readers sort of deck, but it is beautiful. So as always, if you are interested in anything that I talk about here, please feel free to leave a comment. I love to read the comments. They're always so fascinating. And if you are interested in checking out lessons or tarot reading or joining us for Tarot Cafe, check out the links in the description below. And as always, have a wonderful Tuesday. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and please stay cool. It's so hot outside. Bye!